Good morning. It's turned out nice again. Hey, it's better than yesterday, guys. And you know what? I did a couple of videos for you yesterday, I think. And I do recall in those videos saying, I'm not really feeling it today or whatever. Weather was murky. I had zero motivation yesterday, whereas in comparison to last week, as you saw, I churned a lot of videos out. Just felt terrible. And then later in the day, when I did my Dunk Knows Best podcast, I discovered that yesterday was Blue Monday. Google it. Which maybe that's why. Do you know what I mean? It was yesterday felt really strange. The weekend was pretty drab anyway, but yesterday felt really strange. I mean, I feel a bit better today. I feel exceptionally tired. But I almost made a video for you late last night to apologise for my videos yesterday. I felt like they were very poor. And it's not a big deal, is it? You know, some vids maybe are all right, some maybe not all right. I do obviously, fluctuate in moods and things like that. But yesterday, I genuinely felt like I let you down a little bit yesterday. So I do apologise. But I'll be honest with you, I'm very tired. I am really tired and I don't know why. But anyway, so I just wanted to mention that I felt shit about yesterday. So today we are going to be talking about Aston Villa midfielder Douglas Luiz. Now, we've spoke about him before. He's been linked with us before. And the reason I'm making the video today, this one, is because you might hear his name mentioned with us today. And what happens is that comes from a particular outlet or somewhere. The claims might then get posted on social media and no one will mention where it came from. That gets retweeted, somebody else picks it up, and before you know it, he's undergoing a medical. And sometimes I think it's important to trace back where things originate from. So, and this comes from Football Insider, Football Insider 247.com to be precise. And basically they're saying sources, like sources are saying, Liverpool enter the race, not might have entered, enter, they have gone in to sign Aston Villa star Luiz. So, first of all, for those of you that are not familiar, it's a very poor website. I think it exists purely for revenue purposes. I think that it's just clickbaiting, suggestive rumours, stuff, whatever. If you want entertaining, and that's good. I'm not saying everything that is on there is a load of guff, and it doesn't mean that Liverpool have no interest in Douglas Luiz. But what I'm saying to you is that if you hear these claims today, this is where it's originating from, and I'd just rather that you guys knew that. So I'm going to look at the actual article for you, okay? Let's have a look. By Peter O'Rourke, transfer correspondent. Liverpool are admirers of Aston Villa midfielder Douglas Luiz, with La Liga giants Barcelona also ready to join the race for his signature. Sources have told Football Insider. They haven't, guys. No one's told anything. Well, why would sources tell them but not tell the big guns like really respectable journalists, you know what I'm saying? Now, if, however, that was someone that I knew that maybe had a podcast or a website or something, and I know, let's say that they support Arsenal, right? And I know they've supported Arsenal all their life, and that they've got genuine friends and contacts in high places at Arsenal. If they were making a claim about that club, but a mainstream journalist hasn't made it yet, I wouldn't necessarily rule that person out. I'd just think, maybe he knows something here. Do you know what I mean? Because the journalists don't get everything. And one thing that you need to realise, and I don't think a lot of supporters realise this of all clubs, is that sometimes journalists do know more than they actually publish. When journalists publish things, people always go, then they've got to sell papers, they've got to do this. But if they've got a genuine source with someone, a connection with someone, with a source, I hate using the word personally, then that source may have said, look, Dave, you can't mention it. And it's the most annoying thing in the world when that happens, when you are aware of something and you can't say anything. Because it would make you look amazing, right? If you think about it, someone tells you something today, right? And you could come out and tell everyone, say, guys, I'm telling you, I know exactly what's going on. And if you could do that consistently, people would think you're a hero, right? A legend. But it's so controlled, right? Do you know what I mean? So But let's. You can form your own opinions about Football Insider and whether or not you think that they've been told this from someone at Liverpool and someone at Barcelona or whatever has told them about this. It is believed that the 25-year-old won't be on the move this month, with all interested clubs now focusing their attention on a potential summer swoop. Potential. A well-placed source, I love that definition. It's something that I use sometimes on articles or on the members' website, but it's very rare. It's very rare that I would use that term. And if you are a KopTalk member, VIP member, or if I ever say it in a video or a podcast, you should always pay more attention when I say a well-placed source, because me personally, not this stupid article, that is me emphasising, I really want to tell you something here, guys, but I can't. Right? So, well-placed source. When I use that saying, just listen a little bit more. Anyway, Football Insider's well-placed source has told them that Liverpool are planning to rival long-term admirers Arsenal for Luiz in the off-season. The off-season. Barcelona are also ready to enter the race for the Brazilian international as they plot a midfield rebuild. It is believed that Villa could face a fight to keep hold of the star midfielder when the summer transfer window is open. 2 years remaining on his contract. He penned his most recent extension in October 2022. 7 goals, 6 assists in 30 appearances, all competitions. The 25-year-old has been at Villa Park since leaving Man City in 2019. Football Insider revealed last month. Now, you see, I wouldn't have said last month. I would have said last year because it would make it sound more exciting. It's like I'd known for a long time. Football Insider revealed last month, and they've even put the date, the 18th of December. I feel like a teenager's writing this. That Arsenal are set to push to land Luiz next summer. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Right, okay, so that's the article. Very speculative article. Maybe there is some truth in it. Who knows? I haven't heard anyone credible say anything. But you know what? I was thinking yesterday, I've seen a couple of credible links crop up yet, and I don't think I've really done videos about them. I'm not sure. I need to get me arse into gear, really. I think now, right now, there's 2 names linked with Liverpool Football Club that is starting to sound really, credible. All right? I can't do it in this video. I'll try and do it today. You've heard the names. It's nothing outstanding, but I want to pass my opinion and say, yeah, guys, I think there's something in it. You know what I mean? So I was thinking about it yesterday. I got so many messages going on. Sorry, where was I? All right, so we looked at the article, and what we're going to do is we're just going to take a look at his player profile. Central midfield. We can also play defensive midfield. And I specifically want to see his agency. Sports Invest UK Limited. I don't recall these people. They currently represent Philippe Coutinho. That's about your only connection to Liverpool Football Club. And to be honest with you, they don't have many high-profile players. I'm not criticising the agency. When I see a player linked with us, I like to see who the representatives are, the representation, see if there's a working relationship there, a positive one and also a bad one. Because if you were to get Mario Balotelli's outfit or something like that, well, you won't be getting Mario Balotelli's original agent, will you? But you can then go, that won't happen straight away. Do you know what I mean? So it's the first thing you should do. My advice to you when you see a player linked is just go and dig and see who the agent is and see if they've got any Liverpool players on their books. Really helps. What you often see is that you will stumble on an agent. A player's linked with Liverpool, you go and look at the agent, and then there'll be a list of clients, and maybe 4 of those players have been linked with us in 6 months, and that always excites me, because that means, in my opinion, I think they've had a right good chinwag about, well, he's available, he's never. Do you know what I mean? I love it, man. When things are good, I like to dig into stuff, right? So, no obvious connection there. He's 1.75 meters tall. And he started his career, it says here, at Vasco da Gama, Man City 2017 to 2019, 0 appearances, it says here. Although I think these are just league appearances, I'm not sure. Went to Girona on loan, or Girona, 38 appearances in 2017-2019. That was while he was a Man City player. Then at Villa from 2019 to the present day, 159 appearances, 17 goals. Brazil, under-20 international, under-23, and in senior international now, 11 caps. It says he's a product of the Vasco da Gama Academy in Rio de Janeiro, signed at the age of 19 by City in 2017, but never played a competitive match during his time at the club due to work permit difficulties. And that's always good to know, isn't it? We might not have known that, you know, because sometimes you just go, we just weren't good enough, you know, but if there's a work permit problem, there you go. He's an Olympic champion, winning gold at the 2020 Summer Olympics men's football final. Do you ever watch the Olympic football? I never watched that for some reason. Personal life, do we really need to know? From 2021 to 2022, he was in a relationship with Aston Villa forward Alicia Lehman. You were? Well, only for a year. How was about that then? Okay. Honours. EFL Cup runner-up 2019-20, Olympics gold medal 2020, Toulon tournament 2019, they were under 23 Brazil's. Copa America runner-up in 2021 with Brazil. Quite a few individual honours, etc., etc. I don't think we need to spend too much time on this one. You know this kid. He's been linked with us many times before. I haven't seen him credibly linked, though. Doesn't mean that Liverpool don't have any interest. Listen, guys. I remember years ago, the official Liverpool FC website, we used to call it the Offal back in the day. The Offal, that was the slang name for it, nickname. The Offal. I remember seeing on the Offal 100 players that were linked with Liverpool this summer or something like that, which was like basically a piss take. In other words, to say like, only get your news from us, you know, propaganda on there anyway. You know, the official sites for kids, I think, to be honest, for the news side of things. And no offence, like, do you know what I mean? But the kids get excited about it, don't they? Do you know what I mean? And it's good for interviews and club statements, maybe, when John Henry surfaces. But the Offal said, you know, 100 players that we were linked with this summer. In other words, don't listen to journalists, they're full of shit. But the reality is, you may see dozens and dozens and dozens of transfer links. And, you know, at the end of the window, the end of that season, you might go, well, that was a load of shite then. It isn't. The club literally sniff around dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of players. So if you want a midfield player, they're not just going to go, well, we like him, or we might go for him or him, 3 people. There's so many people are brought into that, like, so-called, like, hit list or short list, you know, well, it's made down to a short list. But then there's all the inner workings. Can we make it happen? How much will it cost? What's his age? What are the pros and cons? You know, etc., etc. So I got an itchy nose. And no, I've never done drugs in my life. I don't know, I've taken a couple of paracetamol, man, I'll tell you. Right, anyway, so we're waffling on. I think from memory, which you know my memory is terrible, I think we have been linked with him for a while, but very, very weak. You know what I mean? I don't think there's been anything big there. But you might see speculation today. I just wanted to point out to you where that's coming from, okay? And we'll deal with it again if it crops up in the near future. Okay, guys, if you appreciate the video, please thumbs up the video. If you want to leave me a comment, I love your comments. You know, you guys, you get me through my days. All right? Okay, guys, I'll speak to you in a bit.